Get over to Payton. That's a lot of rain in a day and a half.
A lot of rain from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
All right, Leslie, we had our hottest day of the year so far this weekend. Got up to 93 degrees on Saturday. It was so hot and humid. Yesterday was a bit better, and then things are going to continue to improve as we go through this work week. We've got some nice changes on the way. Now, no really cool temperatures. Still going to be plenty warm. We're starting out in the 60s and 70s. You might notice the humidity's a hair lower. Not significant though, and then this afternoon about 86 to 87, 20% chance of a shower. Our stalled frontal boundaries down along the coast. This moved through yesterday, and while the humidity is just a little bit lower, it's still not perfect in my opinion. We've got some showers down in the Gulf this morning, some showers over in the Sounds, and some showers to our north. I don't think we're going to see a ton of rain, but we'll hold that 20%. Tomorrow's rain chances are the highest out of the entire 7-day forecast. Not a washout, but a few thunderstorms tomorrow, and then we've got some good improvements heading into the end of the week. Drying out, not as cool. It's certainly still going to be warm, but the humidity looks like it might go down some. So we'll be looking forward to that. There's our stalled frontal boundary. Notice showers mainly in the Gulf as we go through today. So if you're down here along Plaquemines, Grand Isle, down into the Gulf, much higher chances of storms today. Inland, a 20%. 40% as we go into tomorrow. Notice some scattered storms blossoming as we go through the afternoon. There they are. Not everyone gets a downpour though. And then Wednesday is the day we have a backdoor front. Called a backdoor front because it's coming from the opposite direction out the back door here, and that will bring in some lower humidity as we go into the middle and into the week, and it'll knock our temperatures down just a hair on Wednesday. So notice our humidity improvements into the end of the work week and into the weekend. For Memorial Day weekend, things are looking really, really nice. All right, we are tracking a couple of things out here in the tropics. Now, the good news is we're not worried about any of this. However, it might actually end up helping us, at least the overall pattern here. The National Hurricane Center, they are highlighting an area of low pressure. It's somewhat broad in nature, fighting some wind shear, and it's tangled up with an upper level low about 600 miles to the east of Miami. This is going to travel north. It'll bring some disturbed weather to Bermuda, but that's about it. Now, they're not highlighting the East Coast here, but I do think there'll be a chance for some low pressure to develop off the East Coast towards the end of this week, and that's what's going to help us out. Remember, whenever there's low to our east, we get more northerly flow, and that can help bring some dry air in. So watch what happens. There's the initial low moving off towards Bermuda. We're getting some of that dry air towards the middle of the week. Persistent storms over off the East Coast here. That's where that low could develop. Could bring some rain up towards the Carolinas for your Memorial Day weekend, but we're on that drier side, so we're getting some of that dry air, and that brings us some fairly nice weather. If there's on the off chance we do get a named subtropical storm out of that, Arlene's the first, but we'll see. Either way, not going to be an issue for us. There's your 7-day. Temperatures are staying plenty warm, upper 80s today and tomorrow. Wednesday, mid 80s thanks to that little weak front. And then towards the end of the week, it's still going to be hot in the upper 80s to 90. But notice, I have it's drier, and I think our humidity is going to be on the lower